It's authentic.
Hi.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's season 2 of Here's How the Music and Media Blueprint. And this season is all about building currency creatively. And we're about to have a fire currency conversation with our very own Adrian Rashad Driscoll. What's up? What's good? Thank you for joining us.
Peace, peace. How y'all doing?
Very
Blessed,
good. So happy to
blessed,
have you on here.
Well,
We're
happy to
so
be here.
excited.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Yeah, for real. So, very first thing I definitely want to ask you, Adrian, is how do you identify creatively and professionally in the world of music and media? Because I've had this conversation with you before and I really loved how you described yourself.
I'm a storyteller, and sometimes we use a headset. That's really it. But I think other people would probably call me a creative technologist.
Fire. Can you expand on creative technologists, because I think this is a newer term that's going to be for our audience for sure, but I also
Okay,
love it because I haven't really heard it often and I think
okay.
it's fire.
Yeah, for sure. So really, I'm a storyteller. I think everything has a story in it, right? But my personal vision for a creative technologist is is using technology to leverage or leveraging technology to tell stories, right? But it shouldn't be technology first. Don't go make something for VR. Why? Tell a story. Oh, VR enhances it. Boom. Then it makes sense. So narrative a narrative first approach to technology is probably what that title entails.
That is super fire. So like, okay, we're talking about, you being a creative technologist, all of this, and being a storyteller first. Can you really flesh out how all of these things coincide and work together as it pertains to Collimation? That's your company, correct?
Yeah. So
Dope.
with Collimation, we try to be that bridge. Like I see so many people that are trying to do like virtual concerts, right? And have like a person in a mocap suit. Well, if you're an artist, you don't want that. Like you don't want to go and put on something that's different. You want to create art. So we try to give people, whether it's a company or an individual artist, that opportunity to expand their reach. So now instead of having a concert for 2,500 people in a stadium, now you can give a $10 concert, you know, ticket to someone that's across the world. It's better connection for the audience, and it's of course more money for the artist. So it just works out.
It's a win-win for everybody.
Win-win. Yeah.
I love that. And I would love to know when in your career journey did you decide, okay, it makes sense to marry the world of music with the world of technology? Like, when did you come to that epiphany?
You know, I moved to LA. This is like 18 years ago, I think, something like that. And I wanted to be an actor, right? And then I started doing modeling and all this, and I ended up doing a gig for Oculus, and I fell in love with the technology, right? And as a storyteller, I just saw like it all clicked perfectly when NBC gave me a scholarship to USC. And it's like, yo, what? That doesn't happen, right? So it shows there's this unique access point, and like it's like a back door to tell your story. So then I'm like, oh man, we got to do this with everything. And then Goo and I started Collimation in 2020. It just makes sense to marry music and the technology in a very impactful way, and we've been rocking ever since.
So, I know you're just meeting River today, but she also comes from the acting world. So I know
Oh,
she's
word!
excited to hear that.
Hey, let's go.
You
Big
muted
Cur.
River. Oh, there you go.
Big Cur. Love it, love it. I know, fellow actors, what's good. And also too, you're
Yeah.
a California native. I'm a California native. We love it. So shout out to that. Shout out to the home roots.
Let's
Love it, love
go, Cali. Let's go.
it. So, okay. You have a really, really I want to just step back for a second because we started talking about your company, but we haven't really given any context as to what it is. So first and foremost, can you give us just like a brief overview of what it is that you're doing over at Collimation?
Yeah, so we really do three things at Collimation. We extend the stage, right? So we take a performance that's happening live, and we create a hologram. and then we put that in VR and AR and sometimes even 2D, right? That's the first thing. Second thing, we enhance the stage. Our goal is to ruin future concert experiences for you. We set the bar so high, you're like, I don't want to go to this anymore. Like that's the goal. We don't want any we don't want you to enjoy a concert experience that's not by us. We want to set the bar so high that everyone else has to catch up.
That's the
So we're
first.
adding like augmented reality to the stage, right? And having like holograms hopping off at you. And you're like, yo, what happened? Like last thing we do is we create the stage, so we're creating virtual worlds, metaverse environments. And do you want to party in Atlanta or Atlantis? Is how we like to say it. That's basically Collimation.
That's fire.
That's a bar.
That's a
Thank you.
bar. Okay, we're putting
Let's
that in the
go.
quote. Quote that. Yep, we're quoting
Let's
that.
go.
That's a bar. I love that. I love that. So, one of the things that we talk about often with our community, right, is like the importance of building a team, finding your cohort, finding the like-minded individuals who will help you bring ideas to execution. So, talk to us a little bit about how you founded Collimation, but then also talk to us a little bit about how Young Guru got into the conversation. Like, how did you two meet, and what was the moment when you decided we're about to go into a business, like we're about to create a business venture together?
Yeah. Man, it's crazy. So, OHub, Opportunity Hub, does a lot for HBCUs, and they brought me out to speak at South by Southwest, kind of to speak it to mentor the whole OHub community for the VR, for virtual and augmented reality. So I'm talking to Rodney Sampson, and he brings up his like keynote. The main person, it was Young Guru, and I'm like, the Young Guru, like, because I'm a huge J fan, right? Guru cussing to give it to
That
you,
part. That part.
yeah. So like I'm like, oh my gosh, this dude's made every record after Reasonable Doubt. Like what? And nobody knew who he was. They knew he was Rock Nation. They know that I mean, he's 6'5", so he's a giant already. But like they knew he was somebody, but like they didn't know how big he really was. So he's just chilling. He's like on his phone or something, and I'm like, yo, Rodney, introduce me. And we linked, start talking about technology right away. And he just got it. Like I'm like, yo, like you're a music head, but we're like, no, we're talking about all sorts of tech. And I got his math. We were supposed to meet later, but he was just it didn't work out. So after a year, this is wild. After a year, we still hadn't met, and I was supposed to talk. I was supposed to meet with Quincy Jones, and this is the beginning of 2020, and we were supposed to have this big thing, and a whole bunch of VR headsets, and they said, we don't know what this thing is everyone's talking about, but Quincy's very old, we got to be careful. So they canceled the meeting, right? Then right after, I'm like heartbroken. I'm like, man, I'm like, yo, Goo, like let me have a conversation with you. Like I have an idea. He listened. He said it's going to be bigger than you could have ever imagined. And Collimation was born.
Boom.
Okay,
Yeah,
legendary storytelling right now.
right.
We're talking
Boom.
history. We're talking about history right now. This is okay.
That's
So
so. I can't get over the way COVID just changed everybody's life in different ways.
Everybody,
Because if
crazy.
it wasn't for COVID, it would have been Quincy. That's what I'm hearing,
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least.
It's crazy.
It's like, is it one legend or is it another legend? Like that's basically you got two
We don't
you
legends.
have
know what I'm
legends.
saying?
We just
Right.
yeah,
No matter
right.
what. And it's really a testament too to like you can really create opportunity out of anything if you just continue to move in alignment. Just continue following that passion that you're on. We were in the darkest of times in COVID. It was a dark time, but so much beauty has come out of it. This is a story that I really, really love as a like, yo, look how the cards just ended up come on in my favor. So that's really yeah, that's super dope. I love all of this. Storytelling is on
Yeah,
10, by the way. I understand now. For
thank you.
sure. For sure. Yeah. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. So,
Uh,
okay, so let's really talk about a little bit too. So we're talking about extended reality, virtual reality, all of these things, which, we talk about as if they're just like really commonplace. And to an extent, they are becoming commonplace, but it's still very much in the early stages of this. And like you said in the beginning, you're about to change this whole entire concert experience. We're not even there yet. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to
that very confidently.
Very confidently. I was like,
he's like, I'm gonna make you hate concerts. Like, oh, I go to a concert a week. I go to a concert a week. So I'm like, okay, I need to see what's going on here.
Okay, hot take. We love a hot take out here on Hear Us Out. Okay, so, but okay, so we're in the early stages of this, right? How, talk to us about, through all of the teaching that you're doing and all of this, how did you manage to become a leader in this niche space this quickly? And granted, I know you've been putting in the work, so quickly is a term, but talk to us a little bit about how you're doing that in a new space.
I knew I wanted to tell stories. I didn't really know how. When I was introduced to VR, beyond Virtual Boy when I was a little kid, but I saw something special there and I became obsessed. It was like gravity. Every day I'm just I gotta get some more, I gotta get some more, I gotta get some more. And I didn't have money. So, when you don't have money, you invest a lot of time, and I spent thousands of hours trying to learn Unity and do things myself, and when you learn, the hard way, right? You pick up some things, and I'm a teacher, so I started expanding that and saying, hey, look, let me teach you guys this. Let me start teaching you, and you try to give it all away, right? And it stuck, and people started coming to me and they asked me to speak and asking me to teach, and I loved it. And then seeing young Black people, saying, oh wait, I could be in this, even like that, is that really possible? And it's it's so yeah, it's possible, but not everybody knows it. You know what I mean? So to be a catalyst and a beacon, or try to be, so people are yo, all right, I want to try to do that, or I can see myself doing that. It became again something else I became obsessed with, and that's why we put so much work in.
And that's on Black people in STEM. Period.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's why he's let's talk about some achievements. Top 1000 XR expert, right?
Top 100.
Top 100. Oh, top 100. Excuse us. Boom. Talk your talk. Come on. Talk your talk. Fire.
I mean,
and this
I
is how,
might
right?
be number 100 though, so I don't know.
It don't matter. Don't minimize it, okay? Because it's important what you're talking about, right? And that's one of the you could say that's one of the catalysts for Lottie and I as well with this entire platform that we're building. It is to show people the opportunities that are out there that they just may not even think apply to them, whether it's from background or experience or lack of access or resources or whatever the case may be. And that's a big part of why we're sitting here having this conversation with you, is because it's the willingness, it's the I'm gonna go for it, and it's for me because the opportunity is there, and there's not really much that makes me different from the next person that's in it, so I might as well try it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really something. Why not me, right? And I love that. Yeah. I love that you were yeah, the opportunity is there. Of course it's there. If it's there for the next person, it's there for you too. You just have to figure out how to use it and how to take advantage of it. And the first step is to just try. You don't have to be an expert.
Can I add? I love the fact that you're doing this within entertainment, because so many people want to use it for all types of nerdy things. And this is no shade to the nerds. I'm a nerd. I love the nerds. But it's you have to onboard artists. You have to onboard musicians. And I want to hear more about the challenges and opportunities that are there, because as someone who has also onboarded artists into emerging tech,
yes,
right.
I know that it is not the easiest thing.
We've both done it. Come on, let's talk about it. For real. No, for real. Let's really talk about this, because it's top tier what you're saying right now, for sure.
It's interesting because I always push this quote, technology should be invisible, right? And people always try to say, "Hey, come learn this technology." No one wants to learn anything. Nobody wants to download an app on their phone. No, like nobody wants to do anything they're not already doing. This is the truth. I want to do what I want to do. That's it. So you tell me to spend, you know, hours or days or however long to learn something else? No, I'm not going to do it.
Or
And
worse, money.
or money, right? So now it's like, some of these artists don't have time throughout the day to hang with their family. So I'm not going to try to waste their time and have them, learning and investing something they're going to use once. So being able to translate, what I mean, technology to entertainment in a way that an artist is going to be like, okay, cool. I just got to do this. I got to stand here. That's it. Cool. That became very important. So with the artists we've worked with, we try to make it very, very minimum or minimal anything they have to learn, and everything else is just like we set them up pretty much.
So,
Setting them
speaking
up
of
for
artists that you
success.
work with, right? Speaking of artists that you work with, tell us your favorite success story. Tell us your favorite success story of like what's that favorite moment in this journey thus far? Because I know you're about to have so many more coming down the pipeline, but thus far, what's that favorite moment of like, oh, we did this?
There's so many.
You can tell us a few. Shit.
You know,
So
come on, talk your talk.
the first one, I've talked about this a few times, but was Rhapsody. Rhapsody was our first experience ever, Rhapsody World, and
Fire.
Rhapsody's just dope. So you want to set everything up to be as dope as possible to match her energy. But we were doing this for CES, right? And CES is just a big Vegas technology convention for anyone who doesn't know. But she was going to be performing there virtually, and I created this whole scene. It was in space, had like poker chips for like the seating area. It was crazy. It was super dope. So when I showed it to Rap, she's like, "Okay, that's cool." What you mean that's cool, right? And you try
Challenge
to hide your face,
accepted.
like,
Yeah, you
Nah,
like
I
what
love
you
her. I love her. I'm sorry.
and she's like,
just cool?
right, that part, like, yeah. So she's like, "I'm not really into like the sci-fi stuff." I'm like, "Okay,
Real.
what are you into?" So it's me, Goo, and Harold Hayes Jr., one of our other partners. And we're on this call, and she says, like a Brooklyn block party and this and that. And then the magic happened, because it was like, yo, we can let people party inside of Rhapsody's head. Yo, let's do that. So then we created that. We had Sophia Rocks, spinning, and it's just like, people are in this block party and they're chilling in the pool. They're playing basketball. They're looking at. We took Dan Lish's art. Dan Lish is a dope artist, who does like a lot of music, drawings, illustrations. We took his art and transformed it into graffiti. We had the first NFT auction, and just like all these things are happening, and it was magic. It was truly magic, and we saw that it worked.
So I'm super excited to hear this, honestly. And I just want to say, I love the fact
Yeah,
that you took her being unimpressed as a challenge to impress her.
Hello?
yeah, yeah,
Challenge accepted.
yeah.
Challenge accepted. What we doing? Not okay. What we doing? What do you like? What do you like to see?
But yeah, okay. We you won't be impressed. Yeah, just give me a sec.
So this is the thing that I wanna touch on a little bit, because I think this is what's super noteworthy about this experience that you just explained, which is I have my vision as the creative, as the artist, as all of the things, as the creative technologist. I had my vision, and I'm collaborating with someone else, and my vision may not have been their vision, my style or my approach or whatever however you want to break it down for our listeners out there who this may be applying to. My vision, my style, my sound, my approach may not have been their speed. However, I'm not going to take it personally, because I'm collaborating. So in the spirit of
Yep.
collaboration, I'm going to try and
Hey.
figure out how we can find a happy medium.
Yup.
And this is something that we talk to our audience about all the time, of like, when it comes down to really trying to make a long lasting impact, we're talking about building legacy as creatives and as artists. Yes, we love artists. We know we love our things. We're sensitive about
Yeah.
our shit. Come on, Erica.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, for
you know what
sure.
I'm saying? So, but when it comes down to trying to do something that's really going to have a lasting impact, especially when we're talking about emerging tech, it's important. it's in fact, I believe, mandatory that you have to be open to change and, oh, let me tweak this a little bit. And I think that was super fire for you to, like, we didn't know that's what you were gonna say. We had no idea that was your experience, but this conversation happened naturally, and I think that's so key in terms of the process. I'm curious to know, talk to me a little bit about, like, what does a day in the life of you in the lab look like? Like, what is you in the lab? Can you describe that? Like, what is that?
I think he in the lab right now.
Right.
So one thing is, like, I work crazy hours. I work 16 hours every day, 6 days a week.
Of course you do.
So
Someone's gonna do it, right? Come on.
Because I mean, I got clients across the world, right? So it's like, that's the end of the day for them. They're like, hey, can we meet? Send me an invite. I'll be like, yo, this is 3:30 in the morning. All right. So you gotta get it, just my camera's gonna be off. I'm not pretty yet. We could talk though. We could talk, but yeah, so that's literally it, getting up early. And then we just chip away at each of our projects. We'll have like 16, 17 projects going at any given moment. Right. So it's just like, okay, this, and how do I do this? And how do we expand? Then, like, some of my students will say, hey, can you take a call? I got this project idea. And that's it. We're knocking doors. We're trying to show this technology because people don't know it yet. It's very new. And, there are fundamental problems that have to be fixed before this can ever be a thing. Who cares about a headset if you don't have internet, right? Things like that. So, like,
woo,
I'm trying to chip away at everything at once. So, like, that's me working, and then around 8 p.m. I'll have my breakfast. So I have one meal a day, and yeah. So
I love that it's breakfast though, because the breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
I just want to say,
what time
no matter what time of day it is, the first meal is breakfast.
Yes,
breakfast.
It's the most important meal of the day. So I'm pumped.
Potatoes. This is breakfast, yo.
It's breakfast.
I had my breakfast an hour ago, so I feel this.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah.
You get it. It's the lifestyle when you're going. So, okay, you have your hands. While they're all related, you have your clients and then you have your students. So you're teaching and then you're also doing the work of your clients, and everything. All of these aspects are a part of your business, and they're also creative. I want to know, how do you balance the creative and the business? Like, that's one of the big things that we talk about on Hear Us Out, is like, every creative should understand how to run their business, how to be a CEO of their business. And that looks different for everybody because everybody's not the same.
Especially as a startup. Right?
Exactly. And you're definitely still, you know what I'm saying? Like, while oh man, this is great. We're talking to a really, this is awesome startup founder. I love it. But, like, talk to us a little bit about, like, how do you balance the artistic creative with the business side of things? Because that's a question that we get asked a lot, and love hearing different perspectives on that.
Neither really ever stops. So, like, they're really one now. Like, I can smell a business opportunity, a mile away. That's, I can smell it during allergy season. It doesn't matter. I'll find the business, right? But, like, the hard part is, like, turning the business mind off. And I have, like, ADHD, and I'm just going, like,
ADHD gang.
Yeah, for real.
We here, we live.
I'll start texting and sending the email at the same time, but then I'm like texting the wrong thing, and I'm like, oh wait, I didn't send this text to my wife. Hey, can you pick up my son? And it's just like all this, and it's great. It never stops. Right? So it's really hard turning my business mind off when I have to just, like, do deep work and do a creative, or write a script or whatever it is. Just because the ADHD. So that's the hard part. But they should balance naturally, because it should be fun. Right? When you're not having fun, that's your imbalance. Right? That's what it is. Because creative and business, if you're good at both, like Rance, oh man, Rance said this crazy thing.
We love Rance in this house.
1,500, yeah. 1,500, nothing.
Big Rare, we love it.
And we'll have an announcement about Rant soon too. But yeah. But he said, you only get writer's block if you're lying. And I was like, ooh, ooh.
I have heard this quote live. I have seen it
You heard
tweeted. I've seen it on Instagram. And this is one of them things he be repeating too,
that?
because he's dead ass.
He
Oh, for
means
sure.
it. Standing on
For
it.
sure. For sure. For sure. And he when he said that, I'm like, ooh. So it's like this stops being fun when you're lying to yourself. When you're lying, when you're trying to, what's the phrase? You want to hear God laugh, tell him your plans, and you're
Uh-huh.
trying to, you're trying to force things. That's when it stops being fun.
I feel
You
read
know,
down right now. Like,
Period.
I
I
was
was like,
not
my
expecting to
goodness.
be read today.
I did not expect that coming on to this. We just met today. How is this possible?
I'm
Like,
gonna have to like reevaluate my life.
I'm
Let's
gonna
be
have to,
honest.
yeah, like, what's going on? Okay, hold on. Let me take a step back.
oh wow, that's so funny.
Real though, very
Yeah,
real.
No, and I think it's
Wow.
important to hear it too, like, and especially hearing how that resonates with you. Is what Lottie's talking about it. Like, she's like, I've seen the tweet, I've seen it, I've heard it, I've heard him say, like, all the
yeah,
things. Same, and how it hits is like, love that. I
yeah.
absolutely love that. So, our favorite question of all the questions: what gems would you drop to aspiring creatives who may or may not even be in the same lane or in the same wheelhouse as you, but just creatives who are looking to get it on their own? Like, what would be some gems that you would drop for them?
It's very different for us as Black creatives. Right? Like anywhere I go, they're like, "Oh, is this the DEI? Oh, the DEI seminar." And it's true, right? And they don't say it to me, but you see how they look, you see how they act, and use that, use it, have fun with it, right? Like don't take it seriously. Don't take any of this seriously. This is all supposed to be fun, right? And if anything, I'm trying to really learn is I'm trying to learn to have fun and not panic. Those are my two new superpowers, right? Have fun, don't panic.
You are speaking to me in the
Yeah.
anxiety.
And if you think about it, like when do you mess up? When you panic. Every time when you panic is when you mess up because your brain's not able to, like, you're in survival mode.
You're
Read
But
me
preaching.
again, Adrian. Adrian,
You're
read me again.
preaching.
don't stay in survival mode. Like, and that's the thing. It's supposed to be a mode, and people live in survival mode. That's no.
Ooh.
You don't live there. Don't live
So
there.
real
Don't get
quick
comfortable
though,
there.
so no,
Yeah,
I hear you on this, but for a lot of folks who are living paycheck to paycheck or they're hustling to make the thing happen, right? We're trying to make it. They're trying to make it.
right.
So how do you even get out of survival mode when literally that's really what you do in day to day?
See, it's your mindset, and
Mindset.
you're absolutely right. It's like if I only have 1 hour a day to myself to unwind, do you think I really want to go and try to build a business? No, I want to have a beer and chill. No, I get it. I totally understand, but you determine your own reality. That's at the end of the day. No one cares. It's on you. It's on you. Nobody
Wait,
cares.
heavy on that.
Barack Obama
Heavy
just
on that.
President Obama just
Hold
said
on.
this at a or at least he said it at a graduation culmination speech that he was saying. He literally just said the same thing. Nobody cares. It's on you.
On you.
I can't remember
You.
where the quote is that
Yeah.
someone said
You.
nobody cares until you win. So win
Yeah.
so you
Hello?
could tell the
Yeah.
So just
story.
win.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you
But
can tell
some
the
but
story about all the
somebody
stuff
has to
nobody
win.
cared about. Yes. Come
Yeah.
on.
But somebody has to win. Like, I train with Olin, and they'll say, "Look, I know I'm gonna make the shot. I know I'm gonna make the shot. I'm just trying to swish it now. I know I'm gonna make the shot." And you have to go in with that confidence, because that's the same confidence that Bezos had, that Steve Jobs had, that Jay-Z has, that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how it goes, right? You have to win somehow, right? But most people think, okay, this is what these are my cards. Get those cards. Get another deck. It's okay. It's okay. And I don't care if you get it at 14 or if you get it at 75. Just your happiness should be your number one goal. If you're not happy and you're not trying to get happy, it's on you. Honestly, it's on you. Comparative suffering is nothing. Everybody's suffering. Everybody is. All of us. I suffer every day, right? But what was the quote? Pain is necessary, suffering is optional,
That's
right?
a bar.
Right? Like that. So, at the end of the day, you can be as successful as you want to be, but you just gotta chip away at it. God knows I didn't have the money when we started Collimation. I didn't have the money. I moved out here on my tax check. Are you kidding me? I had $1,400 to figure out my life. You kidding me? There's no excuses. There's really not, except the ones you force upon yourself. That just go get it.
No, I love this. I love
All
this
right,
because
yeah,
the overall. No.
No,
See,
no.
you felt it. No,
No.
because
Keep it real.
the
Keep it
overarching
real.
theme of it all, and that's what we wanted. We want these currency conversations are not just about, you feel me, how do I go make a quick buck? That's one form of currency, but there's spiritual currency, there's perspective currency. Do you understand? So it's like you talking about the value in number one, trust your process, number two, change your mindset, and number three, go get it. That's important.
Right.
That's a currency bar in itself, because it's like I'm giving you the wisdom that is really what you can carry with you, whether you have $1 in your wallet or whether you got 5 mil. That wisdom
Right.
is the key. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that this is super important. I love, 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 love hearing you kind of talk about that, because it's an ongoing conversation. It's an ongoing topic. It's a crazy time, especially in the entertainment industry. Like, it feels like everything is burning down and we're all running into burning buildings. And so people are really just trying to figure out, like, what is survival mode? How
A
am I in
million
it? How do I get
percent.
myself out of it? And this is
I can't
hopeless.
tell you
Like,
how many
yeah.
times I've seen on the internet people be like, what's even the point of doing this? Like, what's the point of being creative when everything's going to shit? And it's just like, it's needed
Because we're
now more
creating
than
a new
ever
world. Hello,
because everything
yes.
is going to shit.
Everything is going to shit. So wait, Rick Ross said this: you got to destroy before you elevate, and I believe
Right.
that. Things are gonna get destroyed, and that's the opportunity for new things to be built, and that's just what it is.
Right.
So now, if you're creative, you're an artist, you're creatively oriented or leaning toward it, however you identify, go get your toolbox, because
Lean
it's time.
in.
It's
Lean
time.
in.
Rome wasn't
Yes.
built in a day. It's time.
Right. And
It's
it's like
time.
you want to be well fed, but you can't handle a full plate. No, go get it.
Okay, hold
Like
on. It's too many
Adrian,
bars
you
on
have to
this
put it on
song.
wax. Adrian, you guys have to put it on
We
wax
gotta
at
put
some
you,
point.
yes, that's what I'm about to say. We have to just, it's probably when he snippets and you online after
Screenplay.
this.
You said something about a screenplay earlier because clearly you here with the pen. Are
Come
we expecting
on.
a film, a TV show? Like what's going on?
I mean, we won't drop a few things. We'll see. we'll see. We'll see.
Something is coming.
Something's
Collimation
coming.
land. Coming to
Something's on the
Collimation
way.
TV.
Yeah, something's on the way. But no, like, and but the main takeaway for an artist, a creative, someone that wants to build. And I love how y'all describe currency, because that's something I teach my students.
Mhm.
Understanding the difference between money and value, right? Because you can look, if I want to buy a car, right, and this car lot has they have cars, but they need a commercial. Do I have to get the money from them to give? No, I barter, build with your team.
Now, Lottie
because
knows I am the barter queen, okay?
yes,
You are speaking my
yes,
language right now, and if we all just really started, come on.
that's
Money is
easy.
not the only form of currency, y'all. That's why we having
No,
these currency conversations right now. We're spitting
yes,
currency right now. Like, come
yes,
on. Let's bring the barter
yes,
system back. Come on, New Black Wall Street. Where we at? Come on. Because
Hello.
yes.
shout out to Tipz.
Especially
Come
when you're
on.
working your way up, because like you ain't even got money to give, fam. Like you better.
Let's bring the barter system back. Let's really talk about yes.
You got stuff to pay for. No, barter.
What are we
Hey man,
doing?
look. Hey, my barber needs some photos taken. Okay, cool. Well, look, let me get 3 free haircuts. Cool. Oh, bet. That's
how I got my hair done. I swear. I promise you it is. I'm trying to tell y'all. This is what I be telling people all the time. I'm so glad that you're saying this right now.
So I mean, understanding this opportunity, I've done crazy just favors, right? And I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a favor, and I'm doing it for very cheap, but this unlocked this other door. And if I went there, there was American Black Film Festival. I think that's what it's called,
Yeah,
ABFF in
ABFF.
Miami. Yeah, and I went with my friend, and I did it for very cheap. He's like, "Look, there's not a lot of budget, but there's this, right?" I'm speaking down there. This opened up so many more doors for crazy bags, right? So then people are like, "Okay, well, one of my clients is like, hey, can we have a talk? And if you do a little bit of research, I'll send you money for a cheeseburger." Cool, right? I think he sends me 2 grand. I'm like, that's a delicious burger, right? But literally just to have the conversation, right? That came from me doing that work at ABFF. And that was the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So like you see like crazy opportunities open, you just have to show up, and you can't be underpaid. It's impossible to be underpaid. You think you can't. Oh, I'm only making this. How can you say I can't be underpaid with my boss? I get it,
Because
right?
they're only looking
But
at financial currency,
if you're
not the.
looking, if you look and pay attention, then you being at that minimum wage job at McDonald's, right? And that's all you can get, you'll see opportunities walking in and out the door, right? But you
Literally.
you being at McDonald's and being like, "Oh, yeah, what do you want? Yeah,
Literally.
You're doing
You're missing
minimum,
it.
you're missing it, right? But if you're like, hey, I work, I haven't really ever had a job for more than a month. I never had a boss, right? But when I had like my little summer thing at Walmart, you wouldn't believe how many people came in and offered me jobs. Literally, yo, hey, would you come want to work for this? You know what? And that's from Barstow. That's a small city, right?
Pretty small.
Imagine,
Come on, North Cap.
imagine,
Wow.
imagine being in LA who walks through. You know what I'm saying? Like, who walks through
No, but this
Walmart?
is
Like
actually real
You're
talk.
crazy,
That's so real.
This is actually real talk because so when I had first moved to LA, I didn't have no jobs lined up, so I started working at a restaurant.
right?
During training, why Frank Ocean came in? I said, Lord, today.
See,
And my dress.
you trying to drop a tray?
And that's the 90210 for you. Like, you just never know who's going.
You better come correct
Right.
every day.
There
Yeah.
was one
You bring
time,
it.
there was one time working at a hotel that I skipped work. Why Kanye came, or Ye, as he's currently called.
Yep.
My coworkers met him, but I
Yep.
didn't.
Stay on your 10. Stay on your 10. You
gotta-
stay
you
ready,
gotta-
so
you
you ain't
gotta
got to
stay
get
on it.
ready.
That's it. You got to stay on it because that
That's
opportunity is
LA.
gonna come. And I was where was I? I did audience work for the show, and I was so mad, and I wasn't in a good mood. Some days you just ain't feeling it, right? And I'm like, I'm not going, whatever, right? So then my two of my colleagues dragged me out, and I was gonna make like 40, $60. It was nothing, right? How come they gave opportunity? It was Linda Perry. She's a big music producer. They said, hey, does anybody like have musical talent? My friends pointed, hey, him. They put me on stage. She asked me to start freestyle with the band. Murdered it. She's like, hey, would you want to be on the next season? And like talking to the producers and wait. That was all sprouting member. I wasn't gonna go. And before you know it, it's like, oh wait, this is gonna be big. This is, and it's like you have to show up. To your point, like you have to show up.
Being present in the moment. This is I love this. So it's like being present in the moment, being ready to receive, being open to receive, and then trusting the process when it comes. Like, I got this. I'm here right now. I'm in this room right now. I'm supposed to be in this room
Yep.
right now. I'm supposed to have this moment right now. Let's get it. And I think that's
Let's get it.
that's super important. Nipsey says it. Nipsey said it in, I gotta think of which song it was. And we're talking about it now, which is why it's really dope. He said, he was like, I'm gonna introduce y'all to my homeboy Jay Stone. No, Jay Stone said it in one of his songs, The Marathon Continues. He said, I'm gonna introduce y'all to my
Right.
homie Jay Stone. It's a voiceover of Nipsey. He said, look, this dude used to be my engineer on Monday, and I rap. I be his engineer on Tuesday, and he
Yep.
rap. I say all
Yep.
that to say, staying down and staying 10 toes can get you a long way.
Yep.
Ooh.
Barter
Yep.
system. You ain't got the money. You're
Yep.
in survival mode. You living paycheck to paycheck. Let me tell you something. We've
And
all been
speaking
there.
of,
Come on.
look at, speaking of, just circling back to Hove real quick. There's people in his circle. People like, what's that guy even do? He was there from the beginning. That's what he did. be
Yep.
loyal
Yep.
when he
Speak
didn't have
10
nothing.
toes.
Yep.
And now that he a billionaire, everybody's
Yeah.
taken care of.
Right. And that's the thing. It's like, look, loyalty is going to get you places. Show up. You don't have to make a lot of money from it. You don't have to make any money from it. Show up. Look at Cootie, right? What Cootie just popped. Oh, hey, what's up, yay? All right, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. And this before camera phones. He had the camcorder, you know, with the VHS cassette. Okay. Look at. Did he make 10 million from that special?
Alone.
Did he get 10 million?
Yes,
Just from the
alone.
special alone. That's it. What? Wow. This was showing up. He showed up.
Currency is more than just
Consistently.
financial. Come on, it's more than just financial. It really. I love how you said it's really about the value. Like, and
it
there
will
is a
turn
lot.
into financial at the right
It will
time. That's
turn
the thing,
into
right?
it when you're ready
We're
for it.
also
'Cause-
impatient, including myself.
Hello?
Yes.
And no, but Adrian just said it. He said, "Wait a minute. You want to be ready. You want to be full, but you can't handle a full plate. You want to eat a whole meal, but you can't handle the full plate. Come on,
Right.
God, please let me be prepared for my blessings when they come. Because the last thing you want
Right.
to do is be like, I want
That's
this,
really
Nikki, I
what
want
it is.
this,
You
and then
really
you
gotta
trick it. Oh, come
pray
on,
and actually prepare.
prepare, dedication, hard work plus patience.
Yeah.
Come on. You have to prepare. Hard work is
Yeah.
important. It's essential. You have to keep trying to keep showing up. I love this,
What did they
Adrian.
say? Luck
yo.
is timing. Timing means opportunity,
Yeah.
but you got to kill
Yes,
it.
Yeah.
opportunity means preparation. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
You have to, and when the opportunity
Absolutely.
comes, you have to kill it. You can't. There's no time to be like, oh my God, do I deserve this? Am I supposed to be here? What? Where are my homies at? If it's just you, it's supposed to be you. So you got to just go for it. You got to do it, and that's just that.
And
And I love this.
It's wild, and it is, the higher you get, the lonelier it is, and it you know, how many sad nights I'm just like, man, I miss my family. But
Mhm.
you have to keep going, because you have to get in the rooms, right? Because someone has to get it, right? So someone's gonna get that bag. Somebody is.
Why not you?
But why not you? And you get. It's easy to get complacent. It's easy to say, like, I need a second. But no one's ever gonna outwork me. I've decided that. I work 16 hours a day, 6 days a week. All right. So if you work 8 hours a day and 5, that means I've doubled your workload every day plus an extra day. You're not catching up to me. Right. And that's not arrogance. That means I hustle. I bust my ass every day. And that's free. That's what you do have. That's what you do have. And remember, I've been homeless. I lived on Skid Row. Right? You can't tell me you can't get
Not
it without.
you survived Skid Row. Oh my God.
Yeah, I lived on Skid Row. Like, you want to talk about scary? Go down Skid Row at
No, thank you.
11:55 in a 3-piece
No,
suit.
thank you. I
Come
trust
on.
you. Nope.
Come
'Cause
on.
I've been there
Not the
during the day
three-piece.
and I didn't like it. Nope.
That part. So, like, it's possible. Just what are you willing to do and to go get it?
And what are you
You
willing
know.
to sacrifice?
What are you willing to
Because
sacrifice?
sacrifice is going to be made.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. It's mandatory. Non-negotiable, unfortunately. Non-negotiable. You got to be ready for that, for sure. So we've talked about a lot. We've definitely talked about, motivations, your inspirations, how you really just keep going. And a lot of the really, really, really impactful and just crazy stuff that we're about to experience as a result of the hard work that you're putting in. And that's super exciting. How can our community, the Hear Us Out community, Lottie, myself, how can we be showing up? How can we support? How can we be amplifying what y'all got coming up that we can be showing up to support? Like, talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we're all about building. So, if you want to be part, if you want to, be part of an experience, if you have talent, that's the main way. Reach out, like people reach out to me every day and say, hey, I can do this. Can we, and sometimes we'll come in as an intern. Sometimes we'll have a project for, like we try to build community, right? We have Light Reel Film Festival. That's the 5th through 8th. It's I'm the head of VR there, so I'm bringing in some VR pieces that are really, really dope. We have great talks. It's fire. Man, we have AWE. We have Collimation House, the series that's coming out. If you guys don't know, Collimation House launched at South by Southwest this year, and it's again
And
we're
it
trying
was
to ruin your concert
crazy.
experience. Thank you. So yeah, so there's quite a few things coming out. The Collimation House is going to be where everybody can pull up and be like, yo, this is wild, and we usually make our experiences free. For now, we want people to understand
Listen,
why.
y'all, tapping
Yeah,
while it's free. Show up.
tapping while it's free.
Show up
Show
for
That's it.
free
up.
while you still
Because
can.
it
That's
does,
all you
you
gotta
never know who
do.
you can meet in the room. We just got done talking about it just takes being in the right place at the right time sometimes. So
And
yeah,
maybe
show
that right
up.
I
place is
met Quincy
Collimation
Jones doing
House.
background work. Okay,
He
I met
Quincy
Quincy
Jones
Jones
doing
doing
background
background
work.
work. And then I reconnected. That it's just show up.
It really do be
I
like that.
love it.
It
I
It
really
love
really
it.
do be
does.
like you. And I think that the funny thing about this is that you don't even got to be the main person at something to meet the main person or
Look,
anywhere
you
near
gotta
it.
go in there. If you're hungry and you're just like, look, I used to be the person on set when I was doing background work. I'd ask questions. I'd ask the director. They're like, don't talk to. All right, good, good, sure. I'm asking. I'm there for I'm learning. I'm what? They had me do a gerontology course, background work at USC. This is the first time I went to USC. I went twice. First time I went, literally, they had me do a gerontology course, and we're just the students in the room. You think I'm not taking notes? Are you kidding me? Like, no, people show up and give the minimum effort. I'm taking notes. Now I know gerontology. Now, like, hold on, man. I'm aging here. Let me go get, look, you use everything. Make it work to your advantage. It's all there. It's supposed to. It's designed. Like, imagine if the world conspired to help you. Imagine the world is conspiring in your favor.
And that's it, and that's all.
Everyone is
Delulu is
here
the
for you.
Salulu.
She
No,
loves it. Look, embrace the
no, but seriously,
delusion. Come on.
I really live to think that everything that happens in my life is for me to be happy, successful,
Yep.
fulfilled. Because why not? Like,
Right.
what?
Yep.
Everything that works and doesn't work still works for
Yep.
me.
It all it all works. It all works. You get a flat tire. Look, that saved you from an accident. Chill. You're okay. Everything is conspiring in your favor. The universe wants you to win. That's why you're depressed. That's why you're sad. That's why you're always angry because you are going against what's supposed to happen. God gave you favor. The universe wants you to win. And you're like, nah, man, here I go to this job again. Hey, look, I got a job, bro. I'm good. That's mindset is everything. 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 Man, y'all
You
got me
I'm
are
sweating.
pumped.
yeah. I
I'm
am
pumped.
so
Nah,
pumped.
I'm hopping off here working for 12 more hours.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, look, I'm so glad I already had planned to be working as soon as I'm done with this. But come on,
Right.
because
Got to work twice as hard and twice as
and
long
my
as I
weekend's off.
intentionally planned.
I ain't had a weekend off in a very long time, and I'm okay with it. I chose this life. It is what it is. I'm trying to build an empire. My great grandkids got to know what this is about. They're gonna have stuff, okay? So I feel
That's
you
it.
on that. You have
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this episode to come out. Is there anything else you want to say? Anything else that you want to leave us with? Final words, final parting words.
Yeah. It's time to build. And thank you guys for having me. First of all,
Please,
I
thank
love this. I
you.
can do these
Thank
conversations
you.
Big thank
We're
you.
being
days at a
blessed right
time.
now.
Truly.
Likewise. No, I'm receiving a lot from this too. So thank you guys. Let me start there. But it's time to build. And right now is a very, very special time because you have technology growing rapidly. It's advancing. And for now, it's a lot of this stuff is free. So if you're a creative, if you're a storyteller, lean into this tech. Don't be afraid of AI. Don't be afraid of these emerging technologies. Instead, leverage them because they're here. You being afraid of them is not going to do anything. You want to cure a cancer, you got to get the cancer. You got to get to, oh, wait, let me get it so I can understand how to get rid of it. Right? You have to have the same approach with technology and these opportunities. You want to build something, hey, use this tech. Okay, well, now I'm telling a story. Oh, wait, I'm doing this. And everyone's using it. Everyone's curious about it, but this is like an even playing field right now. This is a time like no others when Black people can be like, yo, I'm not held back by these limitations, you use the tools. You like go full force and put your blinders on for a little bit. You don't have to go to the club. You don't have to, and I get it. You want to get out, you want to party. I get it, we all like this stuff, right? But like focus, focus and what's the saying? I know I always quote a lot of quotes, but um man, successful people do what most won't, so later they can do what most can't, or something to that rhythm. But that's it. Take don't don't waste the time now. Build, and then just enjoy the rest of your life, and it's very, very possible, especially now.
That is a beautiful point to end on.
Thank you so much for joining us in season 2 of Hear Us Out, the Music and Media Blueprint. We love it. We love it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Adrian.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Hear Us Out, the Music and Media Blueprint, brought to you by River and Lottie. If you love what you heard, hit that subscribe button. And of course, make sure to join our Laylo community for exclusive updates and behind-the-scenes access. Now remember, friends, keep going, stay motivated, and stay inspired. You got this. We believe in you. See you next time.